Alrighty, I'm blind as a bat because I'm not wearing my glasses, but it's alright. Today, I was honestly really bored. I didn't know what to do, and I was actually in the mood to do something somewhat productive, so I thought why not try to revive my YouTube channel because it's died at this point. I decided to do a little video where you could get to know me a little bit better. So I wrote down 25 of the 100 questions that no one asks tag, and in a future video, if you wanted me to answer more of them, I could always do that because there are 75 more to choose from, but I did 25 that I thought were somewhat interesting. Alrighty, we'll just get right on into it. It says, do you sleep with your closet doors open or closed? My closet doors are usually open because when I clean my room, I feel like when it's closed, it looks a lot better. But my room isn't usually clean, so for the most part they stay open. Second question asks, do you use post-it notes? And I do use them quite a bit. I had a lot here, but I only have 5 or 6 left. But I have a little corkboard right by my bedroom door, so as I'm about to leave for school to get on the bus, I can always look at it and make sure that I had all my homework done. I like to cross things off. It's sort of like an agenda on my wall, so I do use them quite a bit. Number 3 is kind of an imaginative question, and it says, would you rather be attacked by a big bear or a big swarm of bees? If I think about it, I think I would prefer the bear, because you could always play dead or hide from it, but I don't know if I'm allergic to bees or not, so if I ended up being allergic, then that would be a really bad situation to be in. 4 says, do you have freckles? And for most of the year I don't, but sometimes in the summer when I'm out in the sun a lot, I do get some around like the tip of my nose. I do wish that I had them like year round and I had more of them though, because they are so cute. I absolutely love freckles. Question number 5 says, do you always smile in your pictures? And I feel like I smile a lot of the times in like my selfies that I take. When I'm taking pictures with friends, I usually smile, but like professional type pictures, I usually don't. They're more serious, but I would say that maybe 90% of the time I smile in my pictures. 6 asks, what is your biggest pet peeve? And maybe I'm just annoying or something, but I actually have a couple. One of them is when people chew on like sweatshirt strings or like the tops of pencils or anything like that. I just think it's gross and you're just getting teeth marks all over it. It's just really gross. Another one that I have is I have 2 dogs, so obviously dog hair gets all over everything and it just bothers me a lot. Or it's when someone like continuously tries to like include themselves in someone else's conversation. This happens all the time and I watch it happen all the time. There'll be 2 people having a conversation over here in a room, and then this other person will be all the way over here and they'll be eavesdropping on their conversation, and then they'll just try to like butt in and include themselves, and I don't know, it just bothers me a lot. Number 7 asks, do you count your steps when you walk? Sometimes I do, or like when I'm walking through the hallways, I'll try not to step on like the little lines that are in the tile. It's kind of like I don't even try to do it, it's just a subconscious thing where I just try to avoid doing that, so every once in a while I do count my steps, like I have 2 steps in each tile. I don't know, it's weird. Number 8 says, have you ever stolen anything from a hotel room? I have a weird story to go along with it. I went to the Capitol for like a student council trip type of thing, and me and 3 other girls were sharing a hotel room together. And we had made coffee that morning, but to mess around with them, I had taken all of the sugar packets out of the little like station thing where like they would have the little coffee pot, like the little baby coffee pot. It was so cute. But I took all of the sugar packets just to like mess with them, and then I forgot to put them back. So when I got home, I just had 10 little sweetener packets in my bag. Number 9 asks, do you ever dance when there's no music playing? And I normally don't. Every once in a while I'll just mess around with my sister, I guess, but I don't usually. Kind of ironic, but question number 10 says, do you chew on pens or pencils? And like I said before, it's one of my biggest pet peeves. I think it's really gross, so no, I don't. Number 11 says, what size is your bed? And I'm pretty sure it's a queen 12 says, what is your favorite song this week? And I find it kind of funny because it's like these questions know that my favorite song changes every week. But it was kind of fun to decide. When I'm editing, but yeah, chances are it's a probably really good song. 13 asks, is it okay for guys to wear pink? And for sure, 100%. Why have gender roles when you can have pizza rolls? Let's be honest here. 14, do you still watch cartoons? I watch Family Guy, and I don't really know if that counts as like a kid's cartoon. Hopefully not. But besides that, not really. 15 asks, what is your least favorite movie? And out of all the movies I've watched, Titanic was the most difficult to sit through the whole time. A lot of people say that it's their favorite and that it's so romantic and great and dramatic. I honestly fell asleep maybe 3 times watching it. It's too long, it's not interesting. It's just not a good time. 16 says, if you had treasure, where would you bury it? I feel like if I had buried treasure, I would probably like bury it and then put something on top of that spot. So maybe I would bury it in my backyard and then maybe put a fire pit on top of it or something. Something that like nobody would really suspect. Question number 16 says, what do you usually drink with dinner? And I usually drink the same thing just about every day. I usually drink grape juice with my dinner. 18 asks, what do you dip your chicken nuggets and fries in? So that's one of my favorite things to eat ever. I absolutely love junk food. But I usually do this thing where I take a bunch of hot sauce and then I mix a little bit of ranch in with it. I dip my chicken nuggets in that and it's really, really, really good. You should try it. 19 asks, what is your favorite food? And I'd probably say fries. And it doesn't really matter what kind besides sweet potato fries. Sweet potato fries are gross, but like French fries, curly fries, steak fries, crinkle cut fries, they're all so good. 20 says, what is the one movie that you could watch over and over and still love every time? And I have a couple of movies that are like that for me. I really like White Chicks. I love Mean Girls. It's not really a movie, but I could watch season 1 of Riverdale over and over and over. 21 asks, who was the last person that you kissed? And if kissing someone on the cheek counts, then it would be my little sister. 22 asks, who is the last person you wrote a letter on a piece of paper to? And I wrote a huge letter to my mom on her birthday, which was in August, so I'd say that would be the last time that I did. 23 asks, what is your favorite kind of sandwich? And lately I've been loving BLTs. They are so good. And like I said, BLTs and fries, which are my favorite, is like the most perfect combination and it's so good. 24 said, when is your usual bedtime? And school nights, I try to go to sleep around 10:30. Like I go to bed and I lay in bed around 9, but I usually don't fall asleep until 10:30 or a little bit after that. On weekends, I do tend to stay up pretty late. So I don't really have a definite time for that. Finally, the last question of the day. Are you stubborn? Most definitely. You could ask any of my friends, any of my family members. I'm stubborn as an ox, honestly. And that is all for today's video. Leave a like if you're happy that I'm actually working on YouTube again, or maybe don't leave a like if you're not happy about it. If so, I'm terribly sorry. Don't forget to subscribe down below, or there'll be a little link at the end screen that you can click on my face and you'll be able to subscribe. Check out my last video if you haven't seen it yet. I will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye. I've been this nervous with the cold drain in my 2 hands saying